So let's give credit to LaRusso, the artist, music artist, and ZoTV for the video. I already sent them a message for permission.
All right, sweet. Hold on.
Here, just take your headphones with you, and then you can hear it on the way, and then I'll just play the directions over the truck. Okay.
This what you talking about, right?
Yeah. You'll like it when it gets into it, so.
Okay.
You got to come down to the pergola because they going to love you in the backyard, man. This was one of the greatest interviews we've done in my run, in these past 3 years since that first viral moment. This is one of them ones, like, this feel like hip-hop, like culture, like you could tell you still love it. And it's like, why shouldn't we? This shit changed our lives, and niggas still walking around like it didn't and don't have that passion and that love. It's a disservice, you know? It's like seeing a nigga treat your sister bad. It's like, damn, I get it, because I'm a nigga too, but you feel me? I don't even really want to be around you like that, you know? Like, that shit, man.
You got some, did you come with a full clip today, or do you have anything on deck?
Why do we feel castle the same when we know very well, baby, it'll
But this shit, I'm finding my purpose, avoiding the serpents. It's deeper than what is beneath of the surface. But damn it, I'm searching, avoiding them churches. Flow water, I can spit out a serpent. I turn to a surgeon, I'm probably purging. I'm proud to be urban, I've been finding my way to the day that I meet Kanye, or the day that I meet Andre. 3K getting cake on 3-way, in the game, need a game from EA. These trials don't come with a DA. My nigga ain't got no BA, but we still got clad like a TA. Even my mama can't change me. I know them crackers wanna hang me. I know them niggas wanna blast. I drink they blood about a blast. I think this pass us now. Show respect when you pass us now. They used to just gentrify the hood. Fuck that, you gotta ask us now. I'm talking black power, getting back, pay for them reparations. Say we loot when they say we shooting. Niggas suck a dick with that defamation. Talking life insurance meals out the wheel. Same shit that got Malcolm killed. Talking independent, getting out your deal. Take them chains off, this how freedom feel, nigga. To the pastor, they keep my niggas on the leash. They fed religion to the slaves, then told a nigga had to preach. I swear this system got me beat. No matter how much a nigga know, I just can't seem to get away. No matter how far a nigga go, no matter what car a nigga drive. No. Oh, shit!
Jesus.
I was hesitant because of the N-word, but he kicking some real shit right there.
I was finna get up in there.
Look, he about to run it back.
Why do we feel
We here live with A-Baby.
Yeah, baby.
It's not the same. But hey, I ain't giving no money to the pastor. They keep my niggas on the leash. They fed religion to the slaves and told a nigga had to preach. I swear this system got me beat. No matter how much a nigga know, I just can't seem to get away. No matter how far a nigga go, no matter what car a nigga drive, no matter what house a nigga own, just know you gon' always be a nigga. Go ahead and sing your nigga songs. They love to give a nigga loan just to see if a nigga pay it back. If you don't, they gon' come and take your shit. Tell me what a nigga gotta say to that. No, a nigga been hurting these days. I've been trying to get by on my own. No, a nigga gon' ride for us, niggas. Don't forget you gotta die on your own. Don't forget it's target on your back. Don't forget you a king where you're from. Don't forget that Wakanda is forever. You don't know what I mean when I'm done. Don't forget melanin is more than gold. That mean you get power from the sun. That mean all you can do is shine. Take this invitation, boy, and run. Any nigga in the world can shoot a gun. Bitch nigga in the girl can shoot a gun. Any nigga in the world can sell some dope. My nigga, holla at me when you done.
Get him, LaRussell.
Sounds so sweet, don't y'all agree?
That's what we say.
You know, money to them churches.
around my way still love it and still cherish it. And we still treat it with respect and honor.
LaRusso and hey, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Peace, peace. Peace to the family, man. Welcome back, man. Sankofa 180 degrees, man. We back at y'all once again,
You want to go?
right? Hey, listen, man. I just want to say, everybody, thanks for coming on in, checking us out.
I just smoked.
You know, the ones that like and subscribe, thank you. Um, uh, you know, we just out here. We don't charge no money. We don't ask for no donations. We don't do none of that, man. All we do is we just out here trying to, uh, uh, give some history, man. Give some context to who we are. You know what I mean? Uh, we do this Fridays and Sundays, man, and then every first Sunday every month, man, we do a children's book read. And it's really important, man, that we participate in that, man, because it's here in Florida, they made it uh, a law that you can't teach Black African history. So it's important that we participate in knowing who we are, man. So we do every first Sunday every month, we do a children's book read, and uh, uh, and we do, we're you know, giving our kids and the parents, you know, some history of, Black African history, man. About, African kings and queens, African people, um, you know, real events, real places, real people. You know what I mean? At the end, what we do is we spin the wheel. You enter into a drawing. We'll spin the wheel, and whoever wins, man, you win a free book, man. Don't cost you nothing, man. We send out some really nice quality books. Uh, Listen, man, free of charge, don't cost you nothing, man. All we ask is that you read the following Sunday. Uh, that's all, man. But other than that, man, peace to the family, man. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave us a comment. Let us know what y'all think. Peace to the panel, man. Peace, Gary. Peace, Gerald. Peace to y'all. How y'all feel, man?
Good. Glad to be here.
Right. All right.
Gonna listen to it on the way to the chiropractor.
Okay. Sweet.
All
That's
right.
right. That's right. All right. Peace, Gerald. You there? And Gerald might have stepped off. We got a phone call. But anyway, fam, he'll be back. Yeah, like I said, you know, just like, subscribe, and share. And give us a comment, man, if you don't mind. Uh uh Nice song Unc had for us, man. This is another Unc presentation. Um we let me see here. Oh. So yeah, but we got another banger for you, man. This is uh this is we what we're gonna watch here. Hold on for a second. Is I left the church to shrine, from Christianity to Africanity. All right. Um, I just want y'all to pay attention to this. It is not long. It's only 25 minutes. Check it out. Uh, just pay attention, family. Hey, Joe, you back yet, King?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Hey, man, I was just introducing, see if you want to say something.
What to do, fam? Happy to be back. Sankofa 180. Peace on the panel. Still trying to get my health back, fam. So, I might not be as audible as I usually am, but like I say, happy to be here. Happy to be amongst this family circle. with Brother Jamie, Brother Up, Sister Carrie, and we're gonna keep moving forward like we always do. Sorry we missed last week, but you ain't gonna see too much of us missing. We're gonna stay on point, and like I said, for those that here, enjoy this presentation, dealing with our African spirituality. Black Power, Black Love, Sankofa 180.
That's right, fam. That's right. Sankofa 180, man. That's what it's about, man.
Return to the source.
That's right. Go back, get what was lost, and bring it forward. That's what we doing, man. Twice a week. Twice a week, man. So, anyway, this right here is another a banger from Unc. As always, he always come with the fire, man. So I'm real excited about hearing what this about. I left the shrine from Christianity to Africanity. This is episode 1, fam. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's gonna be very informative, man. So just check us out, and here we go.
Latitude 0, longitude 0. Speaking from the center of the world, Ghana. This is where we are. This is the center of Pan-Africanism. Moving black people forward, uniting us on the same platform, telling the stories that concerns us. Boom! Zo TV talking points. Do not change the dial. Stay tuned. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, another fresh episode from the motherland. And this time it's gonna be a little bit different. But let's just do this logic, reasoning, critical thinking a little bit. You know, if you are born in India, the probability of you becoming a Hindu is about 95%, or the percentage will always be above 90. If you are born in Thailand, the probability that you be a Buddhist is also over 90%. I can go on and go on and go on. Just, it's a status quo that wherever you're born, the dominant religion is going to be the religion or the spirituality you follow. But when you go around the world, the only people or the only race of humans whose religion changes irrespective of wherever they've been born is black people, Africans. So when you're born in Africa, the probability that you become a Christian is more than 70%. So what happened with our spirituality? What happened to what nature gave us? How come ours is different from everybody else? Today we have at the studio something a bit different I call from Christianity to Africanity. From Christianity to Africanity. So we have a young man who has been through a journey of being a Christian, and now I would say that he's a born-again African. You know how Christians always born again? This one is born again from Christianity to Africanity. Yes, I'm going to have a home conversation. His journey. My brother, please introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Nana Obejina Otifo. I am a diviner, a teacher, and a herbalist.
Okay, you are a diviner, a teacher, and a herbalist.
Yes.
Wow. Anyway, so how did you become a diviner, a herbalist, and what again?
A teacher.
A teacher. Is it something that you learned from your early ages, or how did that happen?
Interestingly, all of us here came to this world with a particular destiny,
Okay.
and that is the African cultural way of life.
Okay.
So once you identify who you are, then you can begin to train towards that course.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because I was mixed up in different religions, in Christianity.
You were messed up.
Yes.
Or mixed up.
Mixed up. Mixed up in a different religion. It took me a very long time for me to realize my true potential and what I'm here for.
All right.
And so as soon as I got to know that, I began the pursuit of it.
Okay.
And that is why today I'm a teacher of African spirituality, African tradition, a diviner, and then a herbalist.
Okay. So I'm presuming that means that your first spirituality or religion was Christianity.
Yes.
You were Christian.
Yes.
But it is not easy to move from Christianity to African spirituality. I for sure know that Ghana itself is 70% Christians, 20% Muslims, and 10% others. That's what they put in our books. So how were you able to transition?
It's not easy. And for many years to come, I'm sure it is not going to be easy.
Okay.
Because it appears that if you don't affiliate yourself with any of these foreign religions, it becomes very difficult for you as an African living in Africa to choose Africa as your religion.
Okay.
So when I was young, of course, I was born into Christianity. My grandparents were Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witness. So
okay.
I went there for a while. We went to Pentecost, then to Apostolic Church of Ghana, to Methodist, to ICGC, to Winners Chapel, to ICGC again. But at a certain point, I had more questions than answers.
Okay. What age were you at that time? Because, you know, you want to be able to ask questions at a certain age where people will think what he's asking is relevant. So what age were you?
Okay, for me, as early as childhood,
okay.
I remember there are many times I will interact with my mom, and then she would just try and shut me down.
Okay.
So for a while, I was quiet. But when I got to senior high school, secondary school, that time I was able to read, I was able to grasp things, and I was able to listen to things on myself.
Okay.
In fact, I remember the first time I bought my Walkman, right?
Walkman, yeah.
My Walkman, good. Yeah. There were certain programs I could now independently listen to.
Okay.
And those were the ones that laid the foundation for my boldness in asking those questions.
All right.
So at that stage, I had my personally switched from the church my parents were attending to a different church.
Okay.
Because I felt that church was better suited my quest for a particular energy. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So that was the time I started asking questions, I started listening, I started researching. I remember back at SS, I could go to the library, right? And then take the encyclopedia and then read on Jesus, Judaism, Christianity, the history, to further understand what I was getting myself into.
All right.
Because the more questions I was asking, the less answers I was getting.
Yeah.
Let me add this to it. When I was at ICGC,
yeah.
ICGC, back at Swedro, I remember one time I walked to my pastor and asked him, "Who is God?"
All right.
And then he looked at me for a while. And he asked me who gave him the Bible. And I told him who gave him the Bible. And he said that I should go and read the Bible and I'll find God. Honestly, I was disappointed. Because I was expecting that at least he would give me 1 or 2 pointers.
Yeah.
For me to start from there and ground myself in the knowledge of who God was.
Yeah.
So because he pointed me back to the Bible, I have to now go and read the Bible.
And when you read the Bible?
And when I read the Bible,
you saw God walking around.
That was where I realized that we are grasping with the concepts we do not understand.
Yeah.
And again, I began asking myself, before the Bible, what were we doing?
Okay.
As Africans, as a people.
Yeah.
Before the introduction of the Bible and its deity, who and where were we worshiping and how did we do it? Yeah. In fact, that question, go and read the Bible, it drove me further away from the church. Because the more you read and the more you know, the more firm you become. Yeah. So when I left for university, of course, you have some form of freedom. And then this time you can decide how often you go to church, which church you go, and whether you go to church or not.
Yeah, but what was your relation with? Because at this particular time, you are expanding your knowledge base.
Yes.
And you are getting more aware. So how was your relationship with your family, immediate family?
In fact,
do they see you to be somebody who is just trying to go wayward, as normal Ghana people who say he's going wayward, he does not want to follow any particular path? You know, how were they perceiving you?
In fact, because I began by moving from one church to the other, my first challenge happened when the former church that I attended, Apostolic Church of Ghana, the Sunday school madam, and she was also a teacher at my secondary school.
Okay.
So one day she met me and asked me that, I've not been seeing you at church recently. Why?
Okay.
That time I switched from Apostolic to ICGC.
Okay.
And I loved the way they were doing their stuff.
All right.
So I didn't see why I was going to go back to Apostolic.
Do you get more answers there? Or you just that the drumming was very nice?
No, because I was still young and I was still looking.
The keyboardists were playing very good.
Good.
You know?
And the way they dressed somehow was more corporate for me. I don't know. I found that I could affiliate with them better.
Better. Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't give her any answer when she asked me that question. And she mistook that to be that I was becoming rebellious and stubborn and not going to church. She found a very nice way for me to be punished on campus that I will never forget.
Oh.
And in fact, I think that punishment rather reinforced my will that I wasn't going to go back to their church.
Okay.
She could do the worst to me.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I found something in that church and I believed that was something good. It was the quest in the beginning.
Yeah.
Interestingly, my family were Pentecostals. But when I left to ICDC, for some reasons, I was able to convince them to move from Pentecost to ICDC.
All right.
So we were quite okay because it is the same stream,
Yeah.
it is the same religion, and there was no wahala.
But they were not worried about your questions not being answered.
That at that time, I was a bit grown, so I was not even asking them the questions.
Okay.
Because from childhood, I'd asked them so many questions, I wasn't getting the answer. So I felt that maybe they didn't have the answers.
Yeah.
So let me ask the pastor, the elder, the teacher. And that was where the church appeared not to like me. Because I was bringing logic to church, whilst the church defied logic.
Yeah, because they want you to believe.
They don't want me to believe.
Yeah.
And you see, somehow within me, I felt that even if I would believe, it should be grounded on knowledge. You must know it for you to believe it.
All right.
So when I was asking my Sunday school teacher and my pastors and they were not giving the right answers, it made me ask more questions. And therefore, I began reading on my own. That was where I started going to the library and consulting other books, including the encyclopedia, to find out this religion, where is it coming from? How did it get here?
Yeah.
And where are we going with it?
Yeah.
And the more questions I asked, in fact, the more I started leaving the church.
Okay. So when did you leave the church? At what age did you leave the church?
Officially, I think around 25 years.
25?
Yeah.
You left
And
the church?
let me tell you the story. In fact, I had gone to a couple of churches, and it appears that they were all money-centered.
Money-centered?
Money-centered. It's like, if you don't give to God, God will curse you. If you don't... I didn't get that right. So I told myself that, look, let me call this God that they are claiming that they collect the money and give to him.
At what age did you, get out of the church?
Officially at the age of 25.
25.
Something interesting happened. In fact, I had finished university.
What university did you go?
University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA.
Oh, okay.
Good.
UPSA. Yeah, okay.
So I had finished university, I had done my service, but things were not going the way I expected to go.
Okay.
I mean, economically, you expect that certain things will be okay. And in fact, the more you face that kind of toughness, the more it forced you to ask questions.
Yeah.
So I go to church A. The church, they are so money-centered. They're asking for money. In fact, one pastor said specifically that if you bring one cedi offering into the collection bowl, he will curse you.
Wow.
And I was like, what is happening here? Because I could, and it was an evening service.
Yeah.
So evening service there, I mean, granted, people will come and then pass one cedi around, okay? And my issue was that there were children in the queue. In fact, he even asked those with one cedi in the queue to go and sit down. When I go home, I ask so many questions. What if...
And you had finished university by then, you're not working,
Yes.
you don't have money.
Exactly.
And this is where somebody's going to curse you because you don't have money. And, it's like it's very complicated. Do I go to be cursed or do I stay home?
Exactly.
Boom, So TV, original from Ghana. latitude 0, longitude 0, you can't find it anywhere. We have to tell the stories like this to find our way forward. All black people around the world, you stay tuned. Do not change the dial. The frequency is Zo TV Talking Point. My brother, continue.
So I left that church to a church that I felt that initially they understood economic needs of people.
Yeah.
And apparently the pastor was also preaching the same sermon, that if you don't bring offering, you'll be cursed by God. So I asked myself, when they collect all these monies, where does the money go? That was my first point of inquiry. And if it's this God, we need to find this God and ask him some serious questions.
Yeah, bro, you like questions, man. You like questions too much, man.
Because supposedly in the Bible, a widow gave her mite. The mite is like 1 pesewa. And it shook the gate of heaven, they say. And therefore she was blessed. Why is that my 1 cedi will not be enough?
Okay.
So now I want the God they are worshiping to come, so we can have a banter and sort things out.
Yeah.
I personally set aside 30 days praying, asking Jehovah, Jesus, and then the Holy Ghost to come for us to have a discussion on this money issue.
Yeah.
And
they never turn up.
They didn't show up. And as up to now, they've not.
Maybe they show up spiritually. You didn't see them.
I was waiting for them both spiritually and physically.
What was on the question?
Oh, I was still living in the small corner at Medina.
So you were waiting for them at
I was waiting at Medina.
Anyway, that's interesting.
Yes.
Okay, you continue. Okay.
So after 30 days, they didn't show up. In fact, they didn't even send me a note that they'll come or they'll not come.
Yeah.
Then I told myself, if I was in a dire situation and I needed help, and I've called this God that I've worshipped more than 20 years of my life, and he fails to show up, what is my fate now?
Yeah.
In fact, the last 7 days of the 30 days, and it was a fasting and prayer session.
Okay.
So I was fasting and praying and asking them to come for this discussion. The last 7 days, I told them that if they don't come, there will be repercussions. In fact, I went ahead and told them that it meant that they were not interested in me as a person.
Yeah.
Therefore, I will leave their religion and be on my own. That was when I was very definite.
Yeah.
And I thought this simple warning would at least shake the people for them to show up. They didn't come.
They didn't come.
So what did I do? On that Saturday, the last day was a Saturday, I told myself in the last prayer that I made to Jehovah, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost that if in there to contact ya pai. Madina zongo jansen kwantano. Ya pai wa. Because I know when I need help, they can't show up.
Yeah.
Therefore, I cannot contribute my time, my effort in worshiping them.
But you know, when you take it back to somebody probably is watching us and listening, and he's saying that, oh, you know what? Yeah, so God didn't do it for you. That's why you stopped church. But God did it for me. That is why I'm still at the church. So they will say, oh, you know, your prayer was not enough, or your fasting was not enough. There's you have a deficient in something. That is why your God did not show up. And then now you stop. So still doesn't answer the question that, you know, Christian, blah, 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 blah. So it was you. They put the blame on you. Oh, what do you think about that?
Even if I was at fault, as a good father that he claims that he is in the Bible, he should have even told me where I went wrong.
Okay.
Because at that time, I was a dedicated Christian.
Yeah.
I was not deviating.
Yeah.
I won't say I was perfect.
Yeah.
Just as we are not all perfect. But at least, even if I was wrong, I could be corrected.
Okay.
And I don't think that 30 days of a call is not enough to pick the attention of any good father.
Okay.
In fact, let me tell you what even happened. So I've stopped going to church. I'm just sitting down one evening playing computer game.
Did you tell any friend that you are stopping? Did you tell any family member that you are stopping? Did you tell your girlfriend? Did you make an announcement to anybody, or you were just quiet and all you did was bang?
In fact, the very day I stopped there, I had not told anybody.
Okay.
But that first Sunday that I slept and I didn't go to church, I felt like a burden had been lifted off my shoulders.
Okay.
That first Sunday.
Yeah.
But what was my evidence that even if I stopped going to church, there's something better out there for me? So one day I was saying, playing computer game, and something just told me that if you tried religion, Christianity, and it didn't work, why don't you go and see if your ancestral way will work?
Okay, so this was the message you got.
Good.
Okay.
Around, it was quite in the evening, so I was just playing computer game, and the thing told me, go and pour libation and see if somebody will listen to you. You have spent 30 days calling someone who didn't show up. Try the other side and see if somebody will show up.
Okay.
So that evening,
All right.
I went out without knowing what to say, how to say, where to say it.
Okay.
I just blabbered my mouth and I was just pouring libation on the ground.
All this time from your age 1 to 25, 26 now, have you ever been exposed to any ancestral worship, any traditional worship, any African story of this is what we do, we pour libation? Did you ever come across any of that?
No,
You
never. In fact, because my home was a Christian home, such discussions were never brought up. So I was completely cut off from my ancestral ways without knowing anything.
All right.
So when I heard, or the edge, or the voice told me that I should go and pour the libation, I didn't even know what I was going to do.
Yeah.
All that I knew was that I was going to pick water and pour it in the ground and say something, just to see if somebody can just hear me out.
Okay.
And interestingly enough, when I did that, 3 days time, my grandfather, who was late, comes to me for a discussion.
Wow.
It's amazing. In 3 days, I spent 30 days calling on the Christian God. He doesn't show up. Then I call. I was even just making a general call because at this time, I don't know any family God. I don't know any ancestor. I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
I was just seeing if somebody cares enough to hear me out.
Yeah.
And the gospel truth was that somebody cared on the other side and heard me. So my grandfather, we had a very decent discussion.
Okay.
And in fact, after that time, that was why I started telling people that it is better we go to ancestral ways.
Okay.
In fact, when the madness, quote unquote, is fresh, you can't keep quiet.
You can't keep quiet.
So I told people that I was with, my family, my friends, everybody.
Yeah.
And the punishment that was meted out to me, in fact, if you're not strong, you go back.
The punishment?
Yeah, you'll be punished. In fact, as an African, the day you choose freedom, the day you choose to be African, prepare to be punished for it.
Okay, why? Is it because it feels like we have deviated from our ways for too long? That the ancestors have been waiting for us to come, and this is the time you've come now. So you go get some small punishment before you continue. Is that the way?
In fact, initially, I felt that people just didn't understand me.
Of course, they will not.
Good. And people felt that whatever I have found or discovered, I just keep quiet and just join the ship. I couldn't sit still.
Yeah.
In fact, if you compare 30 days to 3 days results, how can you keep quiet?
Yeah.
So even in when boys are talking and then there's a simple discussion, somehow the issue of spirituality, African culture, tradition will find its way into it.
Yeah.
But when they realize that you are towing that line, then people don't want to be friends with you again.
Okay, so that is the punishment you are talking about.
Good.
You get alienated.
Alienated.
By society,
You
by
become
friends
lonely.
and everybody. Become lonely.
Bored.
Yes, bored.
Dejected.
Yes.
But if you're even working and you make this noon in the office, somehow, especially if it's a private firm, they will find a way to just kick you out.
Yes. Because you are representing another voice, a voice of, or how do you call it, Satan, or a voice of demon.
Exactly.
Because you need to belong to the majority way of thinking.
Good.
And how come you are different? So the day you choose to be African, that is the day you get the punishment.
Yes.
And the punishment doesn't stop. You have to keep fighting. Well, we can't stop either. We have to keep moving. So please, let's go. So now, the voice of your grandfather, was it it will be a voice.
Yes.
But how were you able to tell that it was your grandfather? I'm a bit curious.
Good. In fact, it wasn't even a voice. In fact, the first call to go and pour the libation was a voice. But the second time, it was a vivid dream. In fact, I can't forget it.
Okay.
And all the questions that I raised in the libation, he had come with answers.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's amazing. If I've asked 5 general questions, this man came with answers.
Okay.
And he was showing me things. In fact, initially I thought that it wasn't something extraordinary.
Yeah.
So when I went home, I had
let me go to the Rastafari world a little bit in terms of smoking ganja and all that. Somebody will say that, oh man, the guy had a lot of joint, man. And then he has some hallucination or some marijuana psychosis going on. So they will think that you've smoked a lot and you've coming up with all these kind of talk.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's not marijuana psychosis. He hasn't had any joint before. You know,
I don't smoke, I don't drink.
Anyway, yeah. So please, you know, make sure that you don't go to the comment section and say the guy smoked a lot of joint. He went to cloud 9. He never went to any cloud 9. He's still here.
So I went home and I had a discussion. In fact, when I told my parents that I stopped going to church, I couldn't afford to go home for the next 6 months.
Wow.
Yes. And I was somebody that I used to frequent home.
Yeah.
Like in a month, I could go twice or at least once. But when I made that stance, for 6 months, I couldn't go home.
Because
there are so many, it wasn't like a conversation you're going to have with me. A demand that I have to go back to church.
Yeah.
1, 2. I myself, even though I had gotten enough reason to stay out, I wasn't firmly rooted.
Yes.
I was still hanging. In fact, and when your friends begin to desert you,
yeah,
and you become so lonely,
yeah,
and sometimes you even believe that you are mad, but you are not mad.
Yeah.
You begin to make sure that you have to get your grounds before you can engage other people.
Yeah.
So I told myself that, listen, you have seen what you have seen. Give yourself time.
Okay.
So for 6 months, I wasn't going home.
Yeah.
Then one day I felt like it's time
for you to go.
Let's go home.
And you were a bit well grounded.
Good.
And understood yourself better.
Exactly.
To go and communicate on the issue. Yeah.
So when I got home, of course, that topic came up. It was one of the initial topics that came up. So why don't you go to church again?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I realized that it's all deception. I said, I can't say that. All the big men that I know, they go to church. And I said, that could be true. But I also know some big men that don't go to church.
Yeah.
Then I go ahead and say that I'm not saying that someone should not go to church, but I'm saying that I will not go to church again.
Yeah.
Because I have seen my reasons. And interesting enough, then my parents began to share their experiences of African spirituality.
Okay.
And that was the first time.
You ever?
The first time my daddy told me the experiences he had and how he knows that these things are true. Then I asked him, then why do you still go to church?
So TV talking points. Do not change the dial. Stay tuned.
The man responsible for destroying many black liberation and equality movements in the U.S.
All right, family. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit part 2. So we don't, we don't want to, we don't want to miss a beat. All right, fam. So here we, anybody want to say anything about that first half, man?
You know, when I was in the 4th grade, we lived in Spokane, and I went to this church by myself because my mom was working and my sister didn't want to go. And we're in there, and he said the doors were locked. We couldn't leave until they raised $2,500. And I was scared to death. I'm not kidding. I never went back, but when I finally got out of there, I was like, oh my word. That's how money centered they are, churches. And that's not good. That's what that reminded me of.
Hey, that's crazy, man. Mm, no, that no, I know that they go through limps, right? But I never heard about them locking the doors, man. That I don't, man. Listen, that sounds just so like them.
Right.
That's just a perfect fit right there.
Right. And one time Lo and I were at this it was a black church, and I was gonna put $100 bill in, and Lo said, don't do it. Just don't do it. And so I didn't, and yeah, I've learned a lot.
Oh yeah, man. Listen. Yeah, I mean, to me, you're funding your own uh your your own your own colonization, man. You funding it. You help you helping you funding that. You
Right,
going you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
That's the
Hey,
you funding your oppression, man. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
Still got 6 minutes. Still got 6 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll stay on. We have about 6 minutes till we're there, but it's kind of breaking up. I'm losing my Wi-Fi, but I'll stay on as long as I can. Love you guys.
All right, okay. Well, we're gonna keep it moving, okay?
Yes.
All right.
He couldn't give me a good answer.
Yeah.
There and there, I got an extra reason to stay out of church.
Yes.
Because my daddy has a personal experience. So even if mine was some form of joint or madness,
Yeah.
there's a confirmation on the
The
other side.
confirmation on the other side.
There's a confirmation. So this time, I began researching more into African tradition,
Okay.
African ways of life,
Okay.
ancestors,
Yeah.
how to connect, how to venerate them,
Yeah.
what are the demands,
Okay.
what has gone wrong.
Yeah.
So the more I studied,
Yeah.
by the guidance of the ancestors,
Yeah.
the more I got answers.
Okay, so now these studies that you're going to do now, so because everything is on a fresh page now, you've been given the information that this is what you need to do. But within our environment, we don't have many resource materials that you can lay your hands on and say that, oh, you know what? I don't want to go to church anymore, but there is a temple over here that I need to go there right now, and then I will understand everything about African tradition. So I think that was also going to be another hard journey again. Where do you start from? How do you get the sources? So how was it?
Exactly. In fact, when you get to that stage and then you are alone, you become self-withdrawn, right? You keep to your corner. But thanks to social media,
Okay.
I started writing stuff on social media.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't keep quiet. So now I began expressing different opinions on Facebook.
Okay.
And then my old colleagues were just attacking me left, right, and center.
Yeah.
In fact, some even went ahead to use abusive words on me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even asking people not to go to church. I was just sharing my experience on the platform.
Okay.
So I came into contact with a group, and then they were also into a young group that was coming, culture, tradition.
Okay.
So I joined.
Okay.
And I realized that, okay.
Culture and tradition.
Yeah, culture and tradition.
Okay, it was on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Okay.
So they were now starting something. So what the guy one day contacted me that, look, listen, what you are saying, we're also saying the same thing, but on a different place.
Okay.
So why can't you join us so we can find a way to tie things together? So I joined them. And so I realized that, okay, I wasn't the only madman in town.
Okay.
In fact, they were
So what was their focus? That group you joined, what was their focus? Were they just like a cultural music thing, or were they also trying to find their spiritual path? Or what was, I mean, they would probably have an agenda.
Yeah. Okay. So what they were actually doing is that they've also just woken up from their sleeps, and they just wanted to see if they make sense.
Okay.
And of course, along the line, we started introducing some cultural meetings.
Okay.
In fact, it was through that group that we first met the Africania mission.
Okay.
Because we took it upon ourselves one day that we will start cleaning the beaches.
You start cleaning the
beaches? Yeah.
Okay.
So occasionally we go to the beach and clean up.
And clean.
Because we had come to appreciate the essence of nature.
Yeah.
Cleanliness and purity.
Yeah.
As a spiritual way of life.
Thank you.
So we couldn't be dirty.
Yeah.
So when we go to a place and we see that the place is a bit dirty, unkept,
Yeah.
then we felt that, okay, let's organize one Sunday
Okay.
and go and clean up.
Wow.
In fact, it was after one of such meetings, such cleanups, that we met one of the executives of Africania missions at the Art Center.
Okay. So viewers, if you don't know about Africania Mission, let me just break it down to you. So Africania Mission is a mission based in Ghana, and it is a place that we meet to discuss Africa and African spirituality. I am also part of Africania Mission, so I do go sometimes Sundays. So if you are interested in finding out or wanting to also toe a line of your ancestors to gain some knowledge about yourself, you are welcome to come to Africania Mission. Anybody who wants to be part of this platform as well to share their stories of how they've been able to move from Christianity to Africanity, please look below. Our number is there, and then you can give us a shout on WhatsApp or call me.
Hey, okay, so family, if y'all wanna get into checking out that group, um, and connecting, the diasporan Africans to the homeland Africans king. Hey, that's the number right there to contact. Okay. Y'all contact that number, man, and we can check out their group. Okay, they got an African group over there that they meet every Sunday. All right, so that's the number right there, fam. Peace to you, E.
Peace to everybody. How y'all doing, man?
All right, E.
Good,
This is
good, man.
this is a brother that this is the second half. A brother he's given the reason why so the title is I left the church to the shrine, part 2. I became a herbalist and a teacher uh and Devaneer, right? Or no, Diviner. Uh, but the first one was from Christianity to Africanity. So yeah, so I'm just and then so he was just explaining about an African group that they got going, talking about African spiritual systems and all that kind of stuff. Uh, um, And so here's the number to inquire or check them out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All right.
Okay, that's cool, bro. Yeah, I'm linked in. I'm just running back and forth from the kitchen to my computer here.
Okay.
Put me some gold in the pot. Sir.
That's right. E. All right, man. Hey, so here we go, man.
All right.
And then we can talk. Boom. So you are now on a new road.
Good.
Yes.
So in fact, when I got to Africania Mission, I loved the experience because it was like I was yearning for something.
Yeah.
And what they were providing, it was able to it gave me the provision for it.
Okay.
So I got there and realized that okay, they are practicing African tradition and spirituality.
Yeah.
They drum, they sing, they dance, they pour libation, they honor ancestors, and a whole lot. But I took it upon myself to also study the Africania Mission and why they were about. And let me stand up for Osofo Okonfo Damwa for establishing the Africania Mission and empowering that Africans must return to themselves and then champion their cause. In fact, I used to go to Africania Mission for a while, but the call was beyond just going.
Thank you.
There was so much more. Because like you said, when you wake up at first, how are you exposed to material?
Yeah.
How do you get help?
Yeah.
Who do you listen to? And so the more, then I got to the point I said, no, I need to find out who I am and why I am here.
Okay.
In fact, the search for self is another difficult journey.
Yeah.
Now that you've realized, okay, fine, I'm not going to affiliate with religion again. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. I just want to be my African self. You still need to find out who you are.
Yes. And it is not easy to find out who you are in an environment where people don't want or do not even understand that self-discovery.
Exactly. And that is another painful aspect of the whole journey. There are people that are born to be drummers.
Yeah.
Out of drumming, they will succeed and excel in life. But you see, if you are not able to find yourself in that gift, you are going to waste all your years somewhere trying to be something you are not.
Yeah.
And that is why these days we have a lot of frustration, depression, anxiety, because people are not finding their bearing.
Yeah.
So I took time off, and this is about 35 years,
Okay.
to fully discover who I am, why I am here, and what I can do to also help. So today, I'm able to sit here to have this discussion with you because
Yes.
at least I know my A from my B.
Yeah.
I understand the role I'm supposed to play to help. That is why I can confidently tell you that I'm a teacher of spirituality.
Yeah.
Because now I understand.
You understand?
I can teach you, if not all,
Yeah.
I appreciate. But the A and B and C there,
Yeah.
at least,
Yes.
so you can get your footing.
You can get your foot in. Yeah.
It is out of those discoveries that I came to meet you.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
And then we are now having a lot of alliances and building frontiers. What I've also started doing is that occasionally I teach.
Okay. So now when you realize that your calling is beyond just Africania and you wanted to do this self-discovery, where did you go again for learning?
Good. So, in fact, all of us have different potentials. There are people that inherently they'll be able to know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
In fact, depending on who you are, you can even be directed to go to certain places for certain kind of things.
Okay.
So initially, I began my journey by consulting the African priest or traditional priest that I could find about.
Okay.
So I went to Okonfo
Okay.
to be able to understand
Okay.
basic issues.
Yeah.
And each of them provided an amount of information that was very relevant to my journey.
Okay. So you visited different Okonfo,
Different-
different shrines.
Good, different shrines.
Okay.
I came to understood,
Research work.
yeah, different deities.
Yeah.
Because you realize that what they've been packaged in the Bible and preaching is nothing extraordinary,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you look at the characteristics of the deity they are preaching in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and if you compare to the characteristics of other deities you have about,
Yeah.
then you won't be overly impressed, honestly.
Okay.
Listen, there's a god of money.
God of money.
God of money.
Okay.
In Akan, we call this god Busumsika.
Busumsika.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this Busumsika is one of the 12 major paternal deities.
All right.
So it means that everybody that has been born, somehow you fall under a category of deity.
Okay.
And based on that deity, it will depend on the gift and potentials you have in this world.
Okay.
If you are a child of Busumsika, no matter what you do, you get money.
Okay.
No matter what you do.
Okay.
But even if somebody, because it's like you have an anchor in money.
Yes.
So no matter how they drag you away, your money will still come.
Will still come. All right.
And then when you look at the God in the Bible, it's the God of war.
The same Busumsika.
No.
Oh, okay. No.
The
sorry.
Bible God.
The Bible God. Okay. Yeah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Jehovah.
Okay.
Is the God of war, a tyrant God.
Okay.
Good. And he says that you cannot worship him and get money. In Matthew, he says that you cannot worship God and worship Mammon.
Okay.
Mammon is another name for God of money.
Okay.
Good. So if you're a Christian, it means that you have to forego money
Okay.
and prepare for war. So how do you get money as a Christian?
Okay.
Because the God you're worshiping doesn't give money.
Yeah.
So if you're a Christian and then you have money, there's a huge question mark. In fact, you have to find somewhere to return the money and prepare yourself for heaven. Because that's the ultimate battle. And allow those of us that feel that or know that we belong to these energies to get our money and enjoy life.
Okay.
You see,
Yeah.
everybody has been distributed under different deityship.
Deity. Okay.
Everybody.
In the African spirituality.
In the African spirituality.
Okay.
Everybody. And so long, look, do you know the funny thing? When you are born in Africa, they'll first do a naming ceremony.
Yes.
They'll give you an African name first.
Yes.
Then they'll give you another European name. They
Mhm.
call it a Christian name.
Yeah.
So originally, when your spirit appears, it is tradition that welcomes your spirit.
Yeah.
Then they will try and then metamorphose it
Yeah.
with religion.
Yeah.
And you are kept in religion your entire life. And it is painful. But there are people that come for reading, divination,
Yeah.
and they get to know their potentials, but they're too old,
Yes.
they're too weak.
Yes.
They fail so much that they can't even try again.
Yeah.
And they're realizing this at a later age.
At a later age.
All of us.
Yeah.
Listen, we know these days when you are born, you go to school. We all learn the same subject. It is wrong. All of us are not born equal.
Yeah.
If you are born to be a drummer, and I'm born to be a singer, why must we pursue the same courses at school?
Yeah.
It's an error.
Yeah.
Sometimes your drumming skills will come naturally.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have any master to teach you.
Yeah.
Why? Because you yourself might have been a master in your previous lives, and you have been reincarnated.
Yeah. You know what? I think that this interview session we are having is a section that is really hitting me. And it's really hitting me because the example you've given now feels like I am a character of that. I have never been taught how to drum.
Good.
But ever since you seen me, I've been drumming.
Yes.
Yes. I play a lot of different types of drums. I'm somebody that can walk into a space and listen to all the drum patterns from, different ones. I can come home and I will replicate it. So I don't have a master teacher, but I can drum. And I can drum almost every drum made on the continent over here. I can drum it. It doesn't take me much time. So I am having my divination. I'm having my divination, how do you call it, section.
Right now.
Right now. And I'm asking myself, you know what? And I haven't been drumming for a while, just because also that maybe it's also a lost path where I haven't found anybody to ground me in this session just because I think I can drum. And, I can wake up anytime and drum. But I always ask myself, where did I get that sense of call from? Where, it doesn't take me much time and go, bro, and I take it. So anyway, please, as I said, I'm having my own session. And so, my brother, continue.
Do you know that there are people that they will spend their entire lives learning how to drum a simple drum pattern? They can't get it right.
No,
they're out of gear.
Yes.
I mean, they try.
They're out of rhythm. They will try to do anything. When you say ko,
they can't play
ko.
Exactly. You see, and the reason is this: when you lose your bearing as an African, you lose everything. You lose everything. You lose your health, your wealth, your nation. Everything is lost. You see, today, a lot of African countries are expecting economic upturns.
Yeah.
They want things to get better.
Yeah.
But how do you reject the land and still want to benefit from the same land? Let me say it again.
I like that.
Listen, I'm a fancy man.
Yeah.
I'm living in a Ghana land. How do I disrespect the God of the land and expect that I will prosper on the land?
You can't.
I can't. It's not possible. It's not. If you understand spirituality, and you understand the territorial powers every God has, it will explain why when I called Jehovah, he couldn't come.
Yeah.
Because the visas he has to apply before he gets to
before he gets here.
You see, if anyone bouncing visa, it's not coming.
It's not coming,
That is why in religion they tell you to believe without knowing. It's blind faith.
Yeah.
But spirituality is the other way around.
Okay.
You believe because you know.
Okay.
You believe because you know.
Yeah.
So if I come to Greater Accra and I'm a fancy man, I must first respect their tradition. I must respect the people.
Yeah.
I must respect their spirituality.
Yeah.
The day I entered, the God knew that, okay, Obejana has entered here.
Yeah.
Let's make room for him.
Yes.
If I did a reading before I came to Accra, I would know what I'm supposed to do before I do it in Accra. Whether Accra will be favorable to me or not.
Okay.
Today we don't ask anything.
Yeah.
We just feel like, okay, we can just go anywhere and do anything.
So divination is very crucial.
Yes.
It's very crucial.
In fact, the first thing that is done for an African, or is supposed to be done for an African born, first is divination. The first thing.
Yes.
The first thing. As soon as you get here, the first 7 days of your birth, they must go and find out who you are. And let me tell you an interesting aspect of destiny reading.
Okay. Everything is interesting. Everything is interesting. I have another session on divination itself.
Good.
Okay. But I want to finish your journey, the story, where Africania, self-discovery, going to different shrines and start to learn. But within all that, I'm very sure that you found a teacher somewhere who was able to ground you or was able to give you some sort of concrete, how do you call it, ways to follow, rather than, when you are searching by yourself for too long, you can get confused.
Yes.
So within all this your search, were you able to find some shrine or find a teacher who had a better understanding where things needed to place? I wanted to.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, the first person I will classify as a teacher was Sankofa Haji.
Okay.
But every time I go to the mission, or I even call him, we have an extensive conversation.
Okay.
And all those conversations help me understood things better.
Okay.
But these are some of the pioneers in champion African culture.
Yes.
Sankofa
So
Haji.
Sankofa Haji was one of
them.
Your teachers. Okay.
And then the various herbalists that I go to, like Osofo Siao.
Osofo.
So when you say Osofo, in the word itself means a chief healer.
Okay.
Like a chief herbalist.
Chief herbalist.
Yes.
Or chief healer.
Yes.
Okay.
So Osofo doesn't even mean pastor.
All right.
It is a misinterpretation.
Okay.
So the next person I'll call on is Osofo Kwame Siao.
Kwame Siao.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, he was also very instrumental.
Okay. So he's a herbalist.
He's a herbalist.
Okay.
I took him as a father, and then I learned under him.
Okay.
At least one or two things. It will help you get your lane correctly.
All right.
And again, like I said about the destiny, some of us too, because it is in our gift to become some of these things. We also get help from the other side.
Okay.
You know the other side.
Yes.
So ancestors to come and teach you something.
Okay.
Energies to come and teach you something.
Okay.
And all of them, you bundle them together again and they begin to move with it.
All right. Wow. So it hasn't been an easy journey like that.
No. In fact, it couldn't be easy.
How do your friends see you now?
In fact, before, I lost all my friends. I would say maybe one or two stuck by me. For them, they didn't really care. If that's the path you want to pursue, we can't lose the friendship.
Yeah.
And for those two people, I would always be grateful to them.
Okay.
After everything, I put my A and my B together and I got my grounding. Then they started even telling me things about some of the friends that left. And the onus lied on me to tell them some of them. Today, some of them are trying to get closer to me.
Okay.
Why? Because they know that I have certain answers to certain questions.
Okay.
And they have questions without answers.
Okay.
Can I go to Nana and ask him one or two or three things?
Okay.
So some are trying to come back. And again, perhaps I've gotten better friends.
Yeah.
Friends who also understand the journey and the course.
Okay.
And who are a bit ambitious with who we are supposed to be.
Yes.
And therefore, you can count on one or two at any point in time.
Yeah.
In fact, the journey of spirituality itself will refine your friends.
Yes.
It will refine them.
Yeah.
Some didn't belong to you in the first place. So the more you begin to discover yourself, the more it will set off.
Okay.
By the time, better people like you will join. You see? So that is how it's supposed to be.
The whole law of attraction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So do you have a temple? Do you have a place you do your worship, or what if somebody want to come and see you?
Okay.
Do you have a temple?
Okay, so there are two kinds of priests.
Okay.
Good. There are two kinds of priests. There are permanent priests. Priests that are stationed at one place.
Okay.
So you always go to them.
Yeah.
And then there are traveling priests.
Okay.
Priests that are always on the move because of their assignments.
Okay.
For me, most of the things that I do today, with the help of technology, if you call me today that you want to do a reading, you don't even have to come to where I am.
All right. Can do a reading.
I can do a reading for you, sometimes over the phone, over the internet, and I'll let you know what stuff is involved.
Okay.
Then if there's a need for you to come to where I am, I'll ask you to come. Because I've also realized that it is better when you make things more convenient for people.
Yes. Because we can't stay in our old ways.
No.
Because everything has changed.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you have to change too.
Exactly.
I bet the dwarfs too have adjusted to
the good thing is that they are energy like air. So every time they're on the move.
Okay.
So if you decide, okay, right here, you want to do a reading, of course, we'll do the reading for you.
Okay.
But I'm currently stationed at OEB.
OEB
in Greater Accra region.
Okay. Yes. So if anybody is looking for you, location-wise, you are on OEB.
Yes. OEB.
But you are a nomad priest.
Good.
I'm calling you a nomad priest.
I'm a nomad priest, I understand. Yes.
You move from one place to another, and then you do your job. So you can be here today, tomorrow you are in Tamale.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So you and your parents now, is everybody back to basics and understand that this is your path? And this is what you're gonna be doing, this is what you'll be doing forever?
Interestingly, everything has fallen in place.
Everything has fallen.
My parents don't go to church again.
Okay.
My siblings don't go to church again.
Alright.
Because they've also come to see the light.
Okay.
And when you see the light, it is difficult for you to run into the dark.
Yeah.
It's not me asking you not to go.
Yeah.
You know it for yourself. So, of course, and there are a lot of people that are also in that state now. Some are now trying to wake up, and it is difficult.
Yeah.
In fact, I keep saying this thing. If you're not careful, you wake up, you sleep again.
Okay.
Because the pressures you meet when you wake up to reality, you prefer to be asleep.
Yeah.
But if you listen to the yearnings of your soul, you must keep on waking up. And let me say this thing. Everybody would have an awakening in his or her lifetime.
Okay.
Not once, not twice. Why? Because the soul is fully aware of your purpose here. Your body doesn't know. The religious stuff you're all grumbling with, they are all material stuff.
Yeah.
So you realize that you can be born to a pastor, always in the church, but it gets to a stage you'll be asking certain questions. You feel like not going again. You become a bit rebellious.
Yeah.
Then they'll shut you down. Then you keep quiet. It will submerge again.
Okay.
That thing, it will reoccur until the day you are about to die.
Yeah.
And then you realize that whether you were able to pursue your destiny or you didn't pursue it.
Okay.
So everybody has that awakening.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm throwing this challenge out. If you are on the verge of awakening, if you are looking for answers, seeking questions, don't shut that voice down.
Okay.
It is your soul that is talking sense to your body.
Okay.
Let your body shut up and listen to the yearnings of the soul.
All right.
Because the soul is your God self.
Okay.
And it knows everything. Very important.
Another question again. Do you have a partner, like a wife or a girlfriend, or you don't have to answer me on that.
So let me tell you something. When I began my journey, the energies initially told me to shun all those things.
Okay.
Because they might serve as a distraction.
Okay.
Or I might end up being with the wrong person.
Okay.
But when everything was completed, the same energy said that now go out there and look for someone.
Yeah. The reason why I asked that is, it is, the journey itself that you are on. Because yes, it is you, but at a certain point in time, you want a partner. But because majority of the people are all Christians, how do a woman perceive you? How does the girlfriend perceive you? When you are going to be talking about daddy, comfort, this and that, and the girl is looking for some wedding ring.
Oh.
You get what I mean? So that journey itself is a hardcore journey. That is why I asked that.
In fact, I would even prefer that people will find themselves when they are single, so that it can become easier for them in choosing a woman that will understand them.
Yeah.
Because when you're already married,
yes,
and you find yourself,
yes,
it's a bit challenging.
It's a bit challenging.
So luckily for me, I was single at that time.
Okay.
So I didn't have to do with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But after everything, and I was given the go ahead to go and look for, in fact, the good thing is this: the more in tune you are, you can even ask them to tell you the person that you have to look for.
Okay.
And thankfully, I've got in mind my Toto Micho.
Viewers, I think we are going to cut the conversation over here. It's been very interesting talking to Nana. I'll bring him back again. As I said, I'll bring him back again on divination, which is going to be a topic on its own because it's something that is needed. When I was growing up, I remember that, within my mother's tribe, we used to call it Afa. It's still called Afa divination. It's been there for a long time. So we got to get onto that topic and then make it something that most Africans or black people around the globe will start to understand. So if anybody is looking for you, we can give phone numbers out.
Sure.
And then they can call you.
Sure.
And then I come and see you, and then do reading or teaching or anything. Are you also accepting people to train them? Somebody want to train under you?
Oh yeah.
You can train.
Yes.
Okay. You can train.
So if somebody wants to reach out to me, the surest way is through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That one there, no matter the time, it will come through.
Okay.
And then when there's time, I will respond to it.
Hey, so this is the brother's name, right? And so what I plan on doing, King, is I'm gonna reach out.
Who?
I'm gonna reach out, man, and see if we can connect with some brothers and sisters over there in the motherland, fam.
Good.
And
That's what's up.
see if we can put something together, whatever it may be.
Yeah, ain't nothing
Right.
wrong with that, no. Ain't nothing wrong with that, no.
To have a connection between the brothers and sisters here and the brothers and sisters there.
That's right.
Right. So I'm gonna get this number again. So I'm gonna let it sit. Hopefully they'll play it again. If not, I'll get it after it's over.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So you want to give your number out?
Sure.
Yeah.
The number is 0550.
That's it right there. All right. So I got the number. I got the brother's name. Hopefully we can connect.
318286. 0550 318286. If you're outside of Ghana, you add the country code.
Okay.
You can also call me on the same number.
All right.
Facebook, I'm Nana Obejina Otefo. You'll find me there.
Yeah.
You can also look for Conscious Meetup on Facebook.
Okay.
And then on TikTok too, you can look for Nana Obejina.
Zo TV talking points. Do not change the dial. Stay tuned.
Hey, so just want to know, I mean, I'm sure we can all kind of relate to how that brother transitioned and how he advanced from Christianity to Black African spiritual system.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
When you boil down to it, man, that is the foundation of humanity. And they can play with all they want to. That is it. So we just going back to the foundation. That's it.
Right, man.
That's it.
Right. And so we can, and I know that like
Hey,
I
baby.
said, I'm sure that we can all kind of
I'm just
relate.
okay.
But like I was saying, man, I'm gonna try to get us connected, man, with these brothers and sisters over there. If y'all, I mean, first of all, I'm gonna see what y'all think about it first.
That's good. That's a good idea, man.
You think, Gerald? What you think, King? Hey, well, look, hey, we'll talk about it in a minute. Hey, but so listen, family, there it is. It's just a little something to showing people how, like I said, man. I'm sure you got questions. You have to have questions. You have to, man. You have to have questions, man. You have to have more questions than you have answers. You have to, man. I mean, I know I did. I still do. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, don't never shut your mind off to where you're not curious no more, man. Like, or you're not searching no more. Or you don't want no more information. Don't do that, man, because you killing yourself when you do that, man, and you killing our history and our culture, man. You killing us, and that's all I'm saying, fam. Like we gotta step up, man, and get into this history, man, before our kids lose it, man. It's gonna be gone. Our history gonna be gone, totally, completely gone, man. You feel me? It's gonna be completely gone. You know what? Then what, man? Then what? I mean, it's this is wild, man. We gotta participate. Um, what you think, Gerald? What you think, man? You can relate to how that brother advanced from Christianity to Black African thought, right?
Oh yeah, it's the journey. It's the Saurian story, the Saurian resurrection story, where you go looking for self and you find self and you awaken. You awaken to your true nature. That's what he kept talking about. His soul knows, but it's an application process. And one can't be afraid to tap into who you truly are. Most of the time we talk that who we are is demonic or something wrong with it. And that's how we stuck into Christianity and all these Abrahamic faiths or these alien identities. We some kind of way we've been taught that our own way is the wrong way. But if you embrace your true self, it's the scarab beetle. It's the awakening. It's the knowledge of self and the becoming, coming forth by day. That's all it is. And our ancestors wrote stories about this, how we go on that journey, how you find out that you was who you thought you were with somebody else. But you gotta go on that journey. And through that application, you find out who you truly are. So, like you say, connecting with them brothers will be a good thing. Because as crazy as it sounds, but us being in America, we were starting to get it before they were starting to get it. Some kind of way, they were more blind, even though they was in the motherland. It was harder for them to connect to the truth, even though they was in the motherland. You know what I'm saying? So to hear that and to know that they all now getting it. Man, sorry about this. And waking it up is a beautiful thing, and we gotta make them connections with them. Talking about it is one thing, being about it is another thing, and we got stories too. All of us got stories of being in Christianity and for us to get into this pathway. Just as beautiful as it is. It's different, but it's the same story. Rejecting that bullshit, being honest enough to embrace your own story, and there's much information out there about it. Many of our teachers, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Beans, Professor Smalls, Shaking the Diops, all of them. They all had the similar, they had to go to the same path. They just ended up teaching us. There was the first words that told us, go back to Kemet. Go back to Africa. So they were going back to Africa in the 70s. The Iroquois, they still doing it. You know what I'm saying? The Anthony Browners, you know what I'm saying? So, it's the same story, but it's different stories. But it's the same journey, and you awaken to the concept of Anak Asar. I am Asar, I am my higher self, you know what I'm saying? I am my soul. I am not the body. I'm a divine being. I am an eternal being. You know what I'm saying? And I'm connected to the Creator. I am the Creator of one. I am God, however you want to say it. I am the all. We're one. And in practicing, the application is a beautiful process. However you do it. And usually you're going to have to get among brothers and sisters of like minds. You can't do that by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know, I went under the Bobby Hemmett's, the Phil Valentines, the C. Criminals, you know. I went through my metaphysical journey in the early 2000s. The Muada Ashby's, I still read today. But you got the reading process to get the knowledge, then you got to put in that work, that unseen work to develop yourself, you know. And it's who we are. That's what we're going to have to do anyway. Your ass gonna come back. Simple as that. You're gonna have to put in the work, or you're gonna come back again. That's what I also say. You're gonna get reincarnated. You know, you're not gonna be accepted until you know thyself. You know, so yeah. I really appreciate that lecture. I really understood where that brother was coming from, and I've been through that same process myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's beautiful to hear them talk about it, you know, and tell this story, you know. But let me stop talking so much because I'm my voice starting to mess up. But appreciate it. Appreciate that presentation. That's good information. Like power, black love.
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
Oh,
good.
man.
Hey, thanks, Gerald. Hey, what about you, E? You think you all right? You good? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good. Like good information. Like I said, I gotta catch it from it's in its entirety. But he's on the path. That's the important thing. He's on the path and he's sharing information and he's growing, he's learning, and you know he's got there's a path in front of him for sure. It's never ending. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's never ending.
That's right.
And it's information took longer than our lifetime to create, so it's going to take longer than your lifetime to understand. But you get in and you get started and you keep it moving and take it to your grave. Work on it.
That's
Good
right.
work. Because it's definitely as we speak, man, information is being unearthed, new information and
Right.
that kind of thing. So the path is a wide one, man. It's a beautiful path, and there's no other path to be on. Anything else you're doing in life, add this on to it. Put this in there with it. Anything else you're doing in your daily life, in your weekly, monthly, or annual life, add this quest for knowledge to it. That's it.
That's right. That's right, E. That's right, man. I agree with both of y'all, man. And I too can.
Sometimes my problem is when we reject the Abrahamic faith, whether it's Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, by rejecting it, we think we got knowledge. No, we still gotta do what we was doing in the past. We are spiritual beings. So it's the application that we got to do to fulfill ourselves being spiritual. And just rejecting Christianity and talking about it and saying I don't do that shit no more don't mean you spiritual. You know what I'm saying? You just knowing what not to do. But you ain't on the path of truly being yourself. And that's what we gotta get back into. Like Paul, like love.
I agree. I agree 100% with both of y'all. You know, like you know, I went through a journey too, man. I was looking for answers too, and I had a lot more questions than I had answers, you know what I'm saying? And so they just wasn't working for me. They wasn't gonna work for me. You know what I mean? I was until I ran into to this right here. This is what my brother Gerald sent me. Shout out to you, Gerald. This key right here, this the key right here. This the key. Stick this in the key. Right. Hey, listen. Hey, until I ran into that, man. I mean, hey, man, I was about done with it all, man. I wasn't gonna fool with none of it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause and it wasn't that I didn't uh experience, the main ones. I experienced them all. Well, the main ones. All the Abrahamic faiths. I experienced all those. You know what I mean? I went off into the Moorish Americans and uh uh it's another group called the Melanics. Back in the day, shopped it with them for a while. The Hebrew Israelites, just Christians, just everybody, man. And it just wasn't working. None of it. None of it, man. None of it was working. It was just bringing more questions, more questions. You know what I'm saying? And so until I ran into this right here, and it answered like 95% of the my questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, okay, here we go. You know what I mean? Something that's 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 realistic, that's logical, that what I'm saying, that I'm gonna be able to see it again at some point. You know what I mean? Or it can happen again, and again, But yeah. Uh anyway, man, thanks for joining us, man. Good discussion. Anybody else, man, want to say something about that? Everybody
Hold on, I'm good, brother.
good? Gerald, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man, just uh some more information from Sankofa 180 degrees. We appreciate y'all, the ones that tune in. Um, when you see us, like, subscribe, and share share, man. We ain't gonna bite you. You know what I mean? And it ain't gonna hurt you to do that, right? Get us on so we can spread this out to more people, man, that's interested. You know what I mean? So, give us a shot too. Um, subscribe, share, give us a comment. Don't forget, first Sunday every month, children's book read, man, really important. We're giving out history to the babies and to the parents, guardians. You know what I'm saying? We giving out information, man, free. We ain't ask for no donations. We ain't ask for nothing, man. All we asking for is your little bit of attention. That's it, man. Just a little bit. Don't even cost a lot. It don't cost you nothing. Maybe 45 minutes of your time, once a month. You know what I mean? And then we do this twice a month, twice a week. Sorry, twice a week. Fridays, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, um, and then on Sundays, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us, man. We put the links out for you. You're all welcome. Um, Thanks for joining, man. We love y'all. Peace to you. We out.